This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hey Zeljko, how you going, mate?
Hey, Zeljko.
How are you guys? You all good?
Yeah, we're great, actually. We're going well. Actually, we can't wait for this game that's coming up. A couple of months ago when it was announced that AC Milan and AS Roma were coming to town, I thought this is going to be ballistic here at Optus Stadium.
Mate, tell me about it. I feel like I'm alive again. I feel like I've been a footballer again, mate. Here, I come back to Australia, I forgot that I even had a career.
Yeah, because of course you played with AC Milan. What was it like playing in front of the Italian crowds? How mental was that?
They are mental. It's just a culture. It's a culture thing. They're so passionate. They love it. They live, eat, breathe, sleep it. It's all about results. It makes people happy, makes people sad, but it's football. And, you know, I miss that. Like, this game has given me a buzz just because of all that energy.
Yeah.
All that energy that I miss. Like, here in Australia, it's like, you know, give the eighth place team a ribbon for participating and all that. Like, mate, the world's gone mad, seriously.
I'm hearing you, Zeljko. You either win or you don't win.
Yes.
And the pressure that comes with that is great. It's either good or bad, and that's how you live your life. But these days, you're right. You're running a race these days, you get a medal.
It's a joke. It's society's gone mad, and you know, a lot of the things we're doing with our young generation. How do you create winners if there's no sacrifice? You know, like
it's got to be sacrifice. Absolutely.
I hear you, Zeljko.
Hey, Zeljko, one of the things, when I was 1 year I was travelling and I went over to check out Fiorentina play, and Gabriel Batistuta had just left. He was living over here in Perth there for a while, which is amazing to think of someone of his nature was there, but he went to Roma. But anyway, the game started and it was Fiorentina versus Udinese, and it was like someone had turned a stereo on full bore, like the noise that was coming.
It's a great stadium, ain't it? It was brilliant, and to be fair, it's the worst colour in the world. They're purple strips, but when you go there and the whole stadium's in purple, it's pretty intimidating.
Hey, Zeljko, you're talking to a former captain of the Fremantle Dockers who wear purple, and we're in Perth. We're Perth Glory. Wear purple.
Mate, you have to deal with it.
We're pro purple over here.
Perth Glory purple. You know, Zeljko, when I was walking into the stadium, this is what brought the intensity right as well. So you walk towards the stadium, and you got to go through metal detectors, and there's guys with guns and stuff, and you go, this is full on.
I hope they don't find my flares.
Exactly. The fans are behind barbed wire fences. It was going off.
Intense.
Mate, it's brilliant. Could you imagine the club's fines that they would get in Europe for all the flares that brings colour and that here in Australia? God forbid you bring a flare to a game and bring a spectacle to the game. God forbid.
Or a small fire.
You're not allowed to do that. The greenies are out there going, no, we're not having that.
So, Zeljko, I imagine that AC Milan and Roma, that is a massive rivalry, right?
It is a huge rivalry, and it's always, you know what, it's always one of the greatest games on the fixture list because two top teams who play great football.
Yeah.
Very, very similarly. It's funny, they're similarly built. Like so Roma and Milan go for footballers, guys who play a lot of football, attacking brand of football.
Yep.
Not so much size or stature, more the elite level. Like I remember when we were at Milan. Mate, we always used to struggle with set pieces because we weren't a big team. We were all about mobility and playing, keeping the ball and stuff like that. And Roma was built the same way. So the games were always entertaining, very attacking-minded. Like, you know, I played against the likes of Totti and Cassano when they were at Roma, and mate, at that time they were incredible. Like they were the hottest duo in the Serie A at the time.
Yeah, what about some of the players that you played with during that period at AC Milan? I know David Beckham went through there, but there's some of the names I was looking at. Ibrahimovic, he was playing there too at one stage?
Nah, Ibra was at Inter. Ibra was at Inter when I was at Milan. I played with a few little names that you might know, like the Pirlos, the Ronaldinhos, Ronaldo, Cafu, Maldinis, Kakas.
That's amazing.
I played with a few of those small players.
Hey, Zeljko, in the change rooms, what was it like? Because and some of those Brazilian guys, was it hard to get? They're so big superstars. Was it hard to get them to train? And
This is one of the best questions you can ask me is that because you know we watch these superstars play on TV and everyone goes how good they are and they don't train. They work so hard.
Okay.
Like, when I got to Milan, I thought I was good. Like honestly, I was 32 and I'd played the top level for many years. And I got to Milan and I thought I I was the dog's bollocks.
Yep.
And then I got there and started working with these guys, and I went, man, how shit am I?
Yeah, really.
Like when I seen these guys work, I said, where have I come to? What is this, mate? These guys are machines.
Yeah.
And, you know, the hard work, the dedication, and they were always competitive. You know, like they would run, and Gattuso would run, and he would break a record in a 400-metre run. Then Kaká would actually try to beat him. Then he would break the record. So the competitiveness, and that's why they were winners. Like, winners aren't winners. Winners, it's installed in them. You know, they want to get better. You know, when you win a competition, the following year is always the hardest because everyone goes, well, I'm the best, so you can drop 10%. And if every player drops 10%, you ain't winning it the following year. But the top teams, they actually grow 10% because they actually want to win again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. You know, it's amazing to hear and see that the reason why they are the best is because their work rate.
Yes.
And they're different from everyone else.
Yes, it's not the talent, it's the work rate. Yeah. I mean, the
Everyone
talent's
thinks
one
it's
thing.
talent.
Yeah.
No, the talent's one thing, but I've seen many talented players never reach the highest pinnacle because they're not willing to make the sacrifices. Then here in Australia, people haven't got a clue what sacrifices are. Mate, they don't have an absolute clue what sacrifice is, you know. Now, I hear all these young kids that are going to Europe. I say to them, well, where are you going, kid? Oh, I'm going to Europe. I'm going to sign a contract. I always say to them, mate, you're going backpacking, not to Europe. For one good player we have in Australia, there's 1,000 over there ready to eat you alive, mate, to get an opportunity. Mate, you're not ready to go over there. I'll see you in a couple of weeks when you get back from your backpacking trip.
Hey, Zeljko, I am impressed with the way that you say all the Italian team names. So you don't go Milan like we do. You're like Milan. I like that.
Yeah.
Can you speak fluent Italian?
Certo.
Ah, nice. So could you do that before you got there, or did you just pick it up while you were there?
I had a disaster when I got to Italy, so I didn't know one word of Italian. I knew a few of the swear words,
but
I didn't know any of the other words in Italian. So when I got there, can you imagine? I actually got to Perugia first, which was even worse because it's all dialect.
Yeah.
So it's Italian dialect. I don't speak any Italian. My defenders don't speak any English. Mate, the chaos we caused when I was like calling for a ball and telling, like, you know, I'd say to them to clear a ball was via, but to call it for me was Mia. So I'd get Mia and Via all mixed up, and it was absolute carnage in the first like 3 months.
So there's a big difference. You're calling mine or yours, and that's a big difference, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right. And mate, they'd be throwing their hands up. And I had a coach, I don't know if you remember, Zeljko Kalac, the one who used to wear a hat.
Oh yeah.
And he was a legend, right? I couldn't understand a word he said. He spoke the strongest dialect from his Perugino, like the I couldn't understand Jack. And I used to sit there and look, and he'd say to me, "Man, okay," and I just nod my head, and I had no idea what he said.
Okay, sir.
No idea.
That's so good.
Hey, Zeljko, playing for a team like Milan and being, I mean, you played at some big clubs anyway, but being in Italy and playing. What was it? Was it a rock star type situation when you went out and travelled around?
Let me tell you, we were good on the park, but we were just as good off the park. We were a good side off the park, and especially, you know what, when you win so many things and so many games, and you know people just adore the club. And we used to really go out and enjoy the nights out, and as a team, big group of like players and their families, and we'd go out and enjoy the night. But the next day we were back at work, you know, training hard. How many times, you know, we'd play Champions League game in Germany on a Tuesday night, and we'd fly back to Milan on the Wednesday, and I'd be begging, please, no training, please tell me no training. And then, you know, we're driving back to Milanello, and the coach just looks at, okay, training 3 o'clock, and I went, oh man, any danger of a day off, mate? Seriously, mate. No, let me tell you, there was no unions there.
No.
Here in Australia, I think it's they've got to have 2 days off a week, compulsory, this and that. Professional football. I mean, my first 3 months at Milan, I did not have a day off. I thought I was in prison. I thought I was in prison camp. Okay, mate, what is this, mate? This is insanity.
Hey, Zeljko, we know the money in football these days, but can you take us back to your very first professional contract, your very first one, and how much it was?
Yeah, I was on $100.
For the season?
$100.
Or a
Nah,
game?
that was my weekly wage, $100.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
my Lord. So where were you playing here before you went overseas?
Sydney United. I was at Sydney United. Yeah, Sydney United. My first contract was $100 a week.
So then you went to Leicester City, though. So was it a big step up then, obviously, money-wise? Would have been.
Yeah, $200 a week. No, joking. Joking. No, that was a good move.
Yeah.
That was a good move financially and for the club and for everything. Things didn't pan out well because obviously the red tape back then was a lot different than what it is now for Australian players. And then I went to. I look at myself as quite fortunate that things didn't work out in England because I probably could have got stuck in that roundabout of the English game, and I wouldn't have got to experience playing on the continent. You know, going to Holland was a fantastic move for me. I really loved playing in Holland and had a lot of success there as well. Yeah. And then obviously by playing there, I got the opportunity to play against Milan in a UEFA Cup game, and that move made the next move happen to Perugia. Yeah. And then obviously the next move to Milan after that. So
amazing.
I look at my career and, you know, I do count myself as a lucky one in the way that each club I moved to, I thought was a bigger move than the previous one. So I didn't really go from a big club down to a smaller club. But every move I made, I sort of went up a level. And I think that was, you know...
Does that include the Hobart Zebras?
Look, that was the guest appearance. I thought I was at my peak then. I'm really surprised I only got to play one game there. It was like they must have seen my one performance. That was a win.
No, of course. It was salary cap problems.
What
that was the
else can
issue
you
there.
do,
That's right. It was a salary cap problem. You're right.
Hey, Zeljko, absolutely
work,
brilliant to catch up with you. Really appreciate your time, of course, your time with AC Milan. We're going to see them over here versus AS Roma.
It's going to be massive.
Friday, May 31st. It's going to be huge. Can't wait to see you over here.
Good on you guys. I'll see you in Perth very shortly.
Good on you. Thanks, Zeljko.
See you, mate. Thank you so
guys.
much.
No problem. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.